Hello, grade 6 students. So after watching the science lecture video and joining my science Zoom session, you should be able to answer all of the questions of this worksheet. We're making now the solution for the worksheet so you can correct your answers and to clarify some questions if there is anything that you didn't get. So this is science worksheet number 6 for this semester, and in this worksheet we're talking about animal reproduction. There are two modes of animals reproduction: sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Paramecium is an organism that reproduces asexually by binary fission, and humans are organisms that reproduce sexually. Question number 1, it's a question found in your book. Check the best answer. A zygote is produced as a result of an egg cell with a sperm cell. So, an egg cell must combine with a sperm cell. Their union results in a zygote. What do we call the union of an egg with a sperm cell? Is it called pollinating? Is it called fertilizing? Or asexually combining? This process is called fertilization. So this is the correct answer. What's required in asexual reproduction? No parents, two parents, one parent. Sexual reproduction requires the participation of two partners, two parents, a male and a female, while asexual reproduction doesn't require the presence of two partners. One parent, one organism reproduces by its own to make a new generation. So this happens in asexual reproduction. The correct answer is two parents, a male and a female. The reproductive cells in males produce egg cells. These egg cells are female egg cells. Ovaries. Sperm cells, yes. The main reproductive cells are called sperm cells. Zygotes are egg cells. Match with the numbers. What's the development period of the embryo inside the mother's body? When the mother is pregnant, what do we call this period? This period is called gestation. So, gestation is the period that an embryo spends in its mother's body to develop and grow. The union of the sperm cell and the ovum, we just talked about it. This process is called fertilization. An egg cell in development, what do we call? So after fertilization, the egg cell, the fertilized egg cell, starts developing or dividing into other cells. What do we call this development, or the stage in which an egg cell is in development? It's called an embryo. Viviparous organisms are organisms where young grow inside the mother's body. So, viviparous organisms are organisms that grow their babies in the mother's body. Read the document and answer. We have 4 stages in here. The female produces the ova, which is plural of ovum. The male produces the sperm cells. An ovum and a sperm cell unite. The egg develops. A new living thing comes out of the egg. Indicate the stage that fertilization corresponds to. Fertilization corresponds to the union of the ovum with the sperm cell. So it's stage 2. Between which two stages mating takes place? The female produces the ovum, the male produces the sperm cell. These two must combine, and then ovum and sperm cell will unite. So this happens between stages 1 and 2. So after producing the ovum, after producing the sperm cells, the male and the female must meet, and their cells will combine and fertilization happens. Define sperm. Sperms are the male reproductive cells. Sperms are the male reproductive cells. The figure below represents the reproduction of a bacterial cell. Determine the type of this reproduction. So we have one bacterial cell. A constriction appears in the middle of the cell, and then two daughters appear. Is it a sexual reproduction or an asexual reproduction? Is there participation of two partners or one partner? This is an asexual reproduction. And to be more specific, this is a binary fission happening because one organism reproduced by its own and gave birth or gave produced result, and the reproduction result are two daughter cells. This reproduction didn't require the participation of two partners, just one parent. So this is an asexual reproduction. How did I know that? This process did not require the presence of a male and a female. It's just one organism, which is the bacteria, that is reproducing by its own. So a constriction appeared in the middle of the cell and gave birth to two daughter cells, two identical daughter cells. Since there is no participation of two partners, so this is an asexual reproduction. We're done. If you still have any questions, please send me private messages and I will be glad to answer all of your questions. Bye bye.